Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU and welcome back to Endless Legend, an episode which may be very long and be the final episode in the series, or an episode which may be relatively short and be the second to last. Now the reason why I'm saying this is fairly simple. It is actually already pretty late. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to record up until now, and now it's past the time when I'm supposed to start uploading the videos. So if I want to make it upload on time per se, it should be relatively quick. However, if I see that there is a chance for me to win in a relatively, nearby future, then I'll take it, so I'll continue recording until I win the game, which means that you see this video a day later than you could have. I'm sorry for this. I know I've been kinda sloppy when it comes to uploading videos in the past few days, but I've been extraordinarily busy, trust me. Either way, let's get started. We know that we've got the Empire plan, we dealt with this on the last video, but as I loaded the autosave, enemy of course had to just move in a little bit closer because they are bastards like this. Because they keep abusing the fact that every time you load the game, they get a free movement for no good reason, because they like hating you. Oh well, not a very big deal. Let's proceed to turn number 101, which, I don't know, sounds kinda cool, doesn't it? See what the enemy does. They are apparently, no, for a second it looked like those Justiciars were going to move inside my city, which would have been rather strange, but no, they didn't. Radata is still not ready to fight, that is a fact. However, Cool City has an Undead Marines and a Titan, which should be good enough in theory to fight the Necrophages, although it could be a close call if I have to be entirely honest with you. First things first, it is going to take me a very long time to actually get there, but when I do, it's still going to be a relatively close call. Oh, great, there are ruins in the way. Well, that's just peachy. Let's just discover them while we are at it. We have to defeat a vengeful army for 90 Adamantian. That is a lot of Adamantian, I'm not gonna lie about that. I'm liking it. And it's a very small army as well, so let's just kill it for free. Not waste any of our time and keep moving now. What is the fastest way to get to those Necrophages? Down south now because of this ruin there. Alright. Fair enough, I'll keep moving in this direction. Now, the reason why I'm kinda doubtful this army can deal with the Necrophages, I mean, it will be able to if only I can bring in reinforcements from Radata. I will not be able to, but I should be able to weaken the Necrophages enough for my armies at Radata to finish those guys off. Because, as you know, Necrophages, I mean, how they called? Necrodrones, right. I have a lot of respect for those things, and even though Marines can kill them quite easily, those things will wreck my Titan and the Undead as well, unless Undeads get a lucky shot off, but we know now they're not exactly the most reliable thing ever, now are they? Alright, I have seen some enemy forces nearby, but they have moved after I finished the turn. Unfortunately, I do not know where, and I would rather not have them, attacking my other cities, but you know what? I don't think I'll bother trying to fight them. I'll try to recapture my old capital instead. I might actually burn my old capital as well, because it's not exactly something that I care about too much. If you know what I mean. It's old. I doubt it has too many useful things. Alright, what do I want in my Stone Legion? I probably do want to have another Marine, and then another Titan would be not too bad, but another Undead would probably be even better. So let's get those two. Hey. Oh, that's not the control. Alright, there we go. Let's get those two, create a new army with them, and assign assign them, not him, to this army and go ahead and march against the Necromorphs. This army should, in theory, be good enough to actually conquer, or rather reconquer my old city, and basically not be able to do much after this. It depends what the Necrophages put in defense of the city, but as we know from experience, Necrophages are not the kind of guys to actually try and defend their cities too well. They kinda don't do that. Alright, Justiciars are just moving around for no reason or purpose. That's good enough, I guess. Let's keep moving down south to my old city. I will not be able to attack it this turn, but turn 10 after that it is going to be mine. Unless there are some really ridiculous people defending it. But even if the enemy has, like, let's say 6 or maybe even 8 or 9 Necrodrones, I doubt they will be able to defeat this army of mine. Those 3 Marines, they will be able to pick off the Necrodrones very easily, one by one. And the Titan, well, Titan on itself is not too much, but with the support of 2 Undead, I think that, yeah, the enemy will not be able to reach my Marines at all. And just if one of those Undead gets a chain lightning go off, that is actually a fairly decent one, then the enemy will be dead. There is no doubt about that in my mind. So let's see how many defenders there actually are in my old capital, and if I can actually retake it, which would be nice. Somebody is besieging my city, and it's the rock city. We're supposed to take this city back, not the other one. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, if they take it, then this will be fine, but at least for crying out loud, try to conquer it. I mean, you can't do it. I have no defenders. I tried to make borrow streets, but they stopped it, so now I'm doing nothing in a city. You know what? I'll just make... Oh, I have rumblers now. Huh. Those guys actually are not the worst combat unit ever, and I would rather have them than have the Titans. And I'll show you why. Sorry, city, I'll deal with you in a second. First things first, they look much cooler. I mean, look at those guys. Do you remember the game called Might and Magic Hero 6? That's how they ended up calling it. Those guys kind of remind me of the Shark people from this game. I forgot their name, it was a Japanese name, so since I don't know Japanese, I have a tendency of forgetting those names, but still, they kind of remind me of this, and sweet memories, yeah, I like it. He reminds me of what Hero 6 was supposed to be, not what it ended as. Which was one of the most buggy games I ever had the pleasure of playing. Pleasure being doubtful, by the way. Even though, from gameplay standpoint, Hero 6 wasn't that bad, those bugs killed it for me completely. They really did. Either way, Rambler, dear sir, what am I going to give to you? Well, obviously you will be our tank, so you need the best kind of fighting equipment you can get. Tier 3 armor is fairly good. Legendary helmet made of iron. Yeah, it does look threatening and intimidating enough, I would say. It certainly does. I wouldn't want to stumble upon it. But it has weapons and accessories. Is there anything I really care about? I can give them sharp sense. Useless. The enemy does not have any range units. Confidence. Confidence isn't bad. It just reminds you, confidence increases your defense in melee. What else do we have? Extra defense again with some extra initiative, which wouldn't be too bad, and improved critical for extra damage. Considering that those guys will need to have as much defense as possible, I'll give them the glass ring. The reason why I'm not going for titanium is because A, it is my holy resource, so I should save up on it, and B, I'm not sure if confidence actually works if you are being attacked by chain lightning. I mean, if you are the first unit attacked by chain lightning, I think it does work, but if you are a second unit attacked by chain lightning, then I'm not sure chain lightning might go through confidence. It's something I'll have to check in the future. Either way, certainly the ring. So there is that. As for the weapon, however, I have two options. I can either go for a ton of raw damage with very low initiative but a fair bit of critical strike as well with Warrior Slayer 3, or alternatively I can go for Knight Slayer 3 with a bit less attack but far more critical chance. I think in this situation it's obvious I'll go for that, however. Just because A, that's a giant hammer I'm holding right now, which looks like it's going to fall apart after a single swoop, but it's still kind of hilarious and stuff, so I'll keep it. Are those just anvils? Not entirely, unless people in the future use, or rather, people on a Riga use really weird anvils. Still, it's kind of hilarious. But honestly, Warrior Slayer and Knight Slayer, those don't mean much to me because I'm not fighting people that are considered melee or cavalry either way. I'm fighting flyers and I'm fighting supports right now. So, and flyers. Oh, and I already said flyers. Oh, wow. Good job, Pancake. And I just trust raw damage output way more than I trust extra critical chance, because I know my luck, I never get critical strikes off. Not when I need them at the very least. Alright, and with that said, let's have a quick look at the compare the two. When we have a look at... you look ugly. And actually, I shouldn't compare them now, because I can equip Titan with better stuff. So let's give him better equipment, just so nobody says that he's got old stuff. Give him this hammer. Yeah, you can have the hammer. And a better shield. Grats. You are so proud of yourself, aren't you? Let's also do the same with all of my units, because I actually forgot to upgrade them before, which is fairly bad. They do need to have the best stuff they can get their hands on, and this is especially true for those guys. Range Slayer? Yes, certainly. Actually, I don't care about Range Slayer or Knight Slayer, and again, what does more damage though? Oh yeah, Claymore does. Alright then, let's go for the Claymore. Apply the changes. What else is left there? A Marine. This guy still has his armor on. I thought I took it away from them. They don't really need the armor. I mean, do they? What's the point of the armor being on them? It does lower initiative. It's not like I care about the initiative, it's still the highest. Right, that's actually a fair point. Since the initiative is always the highest, no matter what, in most of the battles I'm taking part in, I might as well give them the very best ammo I can give them, because there's nobody else with initiative as quite as mine, so yeah. And of course better bow. It's something I should have done as soon as I entered Era 3, because better bows are kinda nice. Right, and I'm not giving them any special equipment, because those guys are the kind of guys I make the most, and as such I don't want to spend extra resources on them, if not necessary at the very least. Alright, so let's compare the stats of a Rambler and the Titan, shall we? Now, Rambler, 51 life and 21 defense. Titan, 51 life and 28 defense. Titan is more tanky. Good for him! He also has block too. So he's even more tanky than it actually shows in raw numbers, because block is really nice. It's really, really nice. Alright, then again, let's have a look again at an attack, 44, and critical 13. 28 and 7. This guy hits like a baby pasta. I don't know what a baby pasta is, but that's how hard this guy hits. And he's a robot. He's got no excuse to hit this weakly and be a puny person like he is. But yeah, that's what he is. Even this fake Bradstein will not fool me. He never killed anything in his life. He's too bad for it. And then initiative 7, initiative 3. It's not a very important stat, but it's something you can look at. And the most important thing, sweep. Sweep allows you to hit up to 3 units that are in a cone in front of your target. Not in front of your target, in front of you. So your target and the people that are to the left and right of the target, if they are also, you know, adjacent to you. So sweep is a very powerful ability, and compared up with the very high attack of the Rambler, it can be devastating. And it's way more reliable than Chain Lightning as well, because Chain Lightning has the potential of being even more devastating, especially with 47 attack of the Ended. But Chain Lightning may work, may not work, you can get some mixed results with that. And Sweep, it works, it's reliable, and it deals a massive amount of damage. And Ramblers are more tanky than Ended, so I should really start making some more Ramblers. I really should. Alright then, one of my cities is under siege. You know what? Fine, be that way. I don't really care too much. Let's retake my old capital, however, because I really would like to see it, and it's not defended by anything. Really, game? I would expect at least something a little bit more intimidating than just a singular Necrodon. Right, how are the people in my old city? Are they happy or are they not? They've got some useless upgrade. Hey, get back here. Nothing will save you or be destroyed, yes. Right, the useless upgrade is gone. Is there anything else that I would consider useless? No, Fishram, do I have any rivers nearby? Or in the region for that matter? No, I don't think I have any rivers in this region at all. So why exactly did anybody make a fish farm over here? That's because AI is still a big dummy, that's why. So I'm gonna get rid of that, obviously. Anything else that I should get rid of? No, nothing else was made that is entirely worthless. Titanium dyes, silics, yeah, those can stay. Anything else? No, everything is in order. So let's leave it as is. Now this city, it actually did grow quite substantially under the Necrophagus rule. So I guess that's the one thing they did right. And now it has a lot of population. In fact, it has as much population as School City, if I'm not mistaken. It has one less. Still, it's a substantial amount. And if I work on food, I said if I work on food, then I'll get population increase in the 6th. That's kind of bad, in all honesty. Let's keep working on production, I guess. I still gain some food, so I'm not starved to death, so it's fine. And this will be my main production hub. I like it as my production hub more than any other city, because it's up the front of the main, you know, contested area. And it has a lot of production, let's be entirely honest about that. So, let's actually rename my old capital. Because it should be renamed, it shouldn't be just called BS randomly. It will be called... what? Capital. Or Capit. Why not all Capit? I actually like Old Capit just because I actually don't remember if Capital is supposed to be written with O or A. I mean, yeah, I actually don't know why I have this brain dead moment and I don't remember how you're supposed to write it right now. And I don't want to embarrass myself. I mean, I already did just by admitting that I don't remember how to write it. And I'll obviously look this up as soon as I'm done with this video, but still, you know, it's kind of embarrassing, isn't it? Oh well. I guess English is not my primary language, so I shouldn't feel too bad about it. But then again, English is so effing easy, I should really do feel bad about it. I really should feel about it. There was no need for the do over there. And alright, let me just shut up for a second because I'm spouting nonsense. Now, how do I feel right now about my situation? Because if I want this video to be online, then I should consider actually ending it within the next 5 minutes. So I guess I'll make this decision in 5 minutes if I want to continue recording or not. One thing I do know, however, is that this city wants a fish farm. And it wants more population as well, why not? But let's also work on fish farm. Let's work on both. But better on the population and a bit of fish farm. Do I really care about population? Now let's work on fish farm and only on fish farm. 2 titans are defending him, it's fairly okay. I mean, this region has been attacked many times in the past and I want to keep it because, I don't know, I'm just nostalgic towards imps, I guess. Alright, you are working in science and everybody hates me as it looks like. Anybody else working on industry when they're not supposed to? Ashrusk is, but that's because it's the city that I don't want because I don't deserve it. Any other city? That's Radalta and the old capital. Radalta, yeah, Radalta should continue working on industry. But anything else, it's fine, mostly, I think. Alrighty then, I'll start working on some mines as soon as I can, I guess. This region doesn't actually have any mines, does it? Well, it doesn't. How about Somro? Somro should have some mines. Wait, oh right, I didn't research them yet. In 110 I will have them researched. Alright, that would explain quite a few things. Right then, wow, I'm embarrassing myself every second now. Let's finish this episode, not episode, this 10, I mean. Hero leveled up, that's nice, it's what I can do for her, or with her. That's actually him, by the way, not her, but whatever. He does look very feminine, you have to admit it, so don't blame me. Let's give him even more protection, capabilities, with your smelt excitation, that's nice, and since we have... Hey, what did I finished a quest for Adamantium, didn't I? I was supposed to get like 80 Adamantium, wasn't I? And I didn't get it. Game, that's the second time you cheated me on those quests you get from ruins. That's really not nice for you. Really not nice. I don't like you. I mean, let's be honest, I do like you. But you don't deserve my love, okay? You kinda do. But let's ignore that, alright. What do I want? Well, I still have 60 Adamantium. I mean Palladian. And that's quite a substantial amount. And I want some awesome weapons with this. So let's start working on the common alloys just so we can see some really cool looking weapons. They are nice indeed. Alright, Imps is under siege again. I cannot really see by whom because the camera is pausing like crazy. Just 2 of those guys. I have, in case you do not realize this AI, 2 titans in there. Surely you'll be Oh, but I can only deploy one once. Still, I should be able to wait. What? You're kidding me? I mean, sure, I deployed them one by one, but you know what was going to happen? I deploy a Titan, and then the next one deploys on the exact same starting 10. I just do not have any, you know, control over where it deploys. It deploys in the back somewhere. Still, I see no way for a Titan to lose against Undead. Ended rather, especially if the Ended has no equipment at all, and those guys do not have any equipment. What the F, game? Blech. This is disgusting. Alright then, that's fair enough. Somebody attacked me somewhere, so I guess we'll see who and where. Oh, that's the fight I just lost, right. Go away, game. That was really mean by you. Alright, Smatic Station, we know it's ready, so let's go ahead and start creating as many mines as we can in the regions that need them. Which is, in all honesty, every region. The more mines, the merrier. At least that's what I believe in. So let's go for this, and... Do I care about well, I do care about uncommon allies, I really do. Well, let's create them, and then I'll start working on the mines as soon as possible. And then I should be able to get them in a fairly quick fashion. I still have some time between... Oh, actually, winter is about to strike now that I see it. Alright, since, as I remember, winter does increase the amount of strategic resources voters produce, we don't want to have those mines up and running ASAP, so we can use the winter in its full capacity. So this place cannot actually create any useful mines, so it can just... Why are you working on Undead? I mean, you're almost done, so you can continue working on Undead, I guess, but you should work on something useful, more useful rather. Like, for example, there is a bit of river, so you can go for fish farms, so go for fish farm. Fish farm? Blah! English! Again, I'm failing. That's because I haven't been recording for too long. Every time I have those breaks in recording, even if they're like 1 or 2 days long, my English just gets worse substantially. It's incredible how much you need to practice a foreign language to actually master it. I mean, to keep it mastered rather than master it. Alright, then this city... Do you need them? Oh, actually, it's undefended, so it does need the marine right there. And it doesn't have any mines nearby anyway. Not the useful mines at the very least, so there's that. Do I have any other cities that can actually create some nice mines for me? Yes! It's this city, alright. It's IMS after all. IMS was very useful for me and continues to be useful, so that's very nice. Let's get those up and running ASAP. I mean, I do want fish farm. Let's get it. No, winter is coming. Let's get fish farm after Paladin, I guess. Why not? Alright, this city I will not do anything with, because I'm not supposed to have it, and those guys, well, I guess brokers will fight better if they have access to those kind of alloys. I mean, I'm not sure if they have the tech to actually use them, but let's actually go ahead and make some mines. I mean, why not? Why not? What's the worst thing that can happen? I mean, hopefully those guys will actually use them against me, but they will not. AI doesn't use mines. It's too dumb for this, unfortunately. Alrighty then, let's finish moving with my armies, and what else do I want to do? Well, by this point I need to decide, is it possible for me to win this game now? If I continue playing like this. I mean, if I continue playing without any stops, then surely at some point I'll be able to win it. But would I be able to win it in a single swoop? And the answer is... possibly, yeah. I can see this happening. I've got this very scary army, which I'm going to retrofit. Which I'm not going to retrofit because I don't have the money. But it is a big scary army. So if I just continue walking west, that's east, that's west. Then I should be able to take over the enemy cities. And the enemy doesn't have too many cities left anyway. So, as such, I'll continue recording this video, but because I have to go as well, and since I will not be able to upload this video today anyway, because it will be too long, I'll pause right now. It will be still a single video, but I'll pause it, and I'll be back with you in several hours my time, and a few seconds your time. So stay tuned for the endgame. Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, and before we start I have one thing I want to say. Wow, that was kinda dreadful. Korean right there. Hey, maybe you understood me, if you know Korean, maybe. Basically I was wishing happy birthday to Yuna, who is a member of Gas Generation, also known as Sunny. And yes, I know I just recently wished the same thing to Sunny. But as it turns out, Gas Generation has 9 members, so there are a lot of birthdays that I'll always try to wish them a happy birthday on. So this was going to happen. Now, you may have noticed that this is actually a new video. Perhaps. I'm not actually sure, but it's probably a new video. Reason why is fairly simple. I loaded up this save file, as I promised after a short break, well, relatively long break in fact. And I'm not too sure if I can actually... well, now that I look at it, I didn't notice my army here before. Never mind, maybe it's the same video. Maybe it's the same video, maybe it's the other video. I have no idea how I'm going to pull this off. It depends how long this videocast is. And then I'll upload those videos accordingly, either in one part or 2 parts. So without further ado, let's have a quick look at what is happening, what made me think that maybe, just maybe, it is not the final part yet, but it is likely that this will be indeed the case. So let's have a quick look. First things first, Radata is still under siege, but I just realized that I do have an army over there, and I also have 4 units in the city, which I completely forgot about. So in fact, Radata is kind of safe. IMS, however, is not. It is going to be possibly taken if those Necrodrones are any smart and actually assault the city, because it is currently not defended at all. Not a very big deal. Verais, also again, it is actually under siege. And I should lose it if the AI is any smart, but I might not. By the way, speaking of which, I'm not actually speaking of it, but whatever. Let's actually rename it. There we go. Oh, actually I cannot fit any L in the end anyway. Alright, let's leave it as Old Capit. Well, I basically learned after googling the issue that capital written with O is the proper way of calling a city that is indeed the capital of a nation. However, capital with an A, I'm not even sure if you're pronouncing it like this, is actually a real building, and it is located in Washington, right on the Capitol Hill. So both names are technically speaking correct, but unless I am implying that this place is the capital on the Capitol Hill in Washington DC, then I should be using the O instead of A. Either way, I'm not using either because I don't have the space for it. Anyway, let's stop talking about random nonsense. So what is my game plan right now? Do I just go in and try to take out enemy cities one by one as I planned? That was my original plan. However, if the enemy does have a large enough army to stop me, then I'll be in a little bit of trouble since there are enemies trying to conquer a lot of my cities. But since those are less important cities that I do not really care about that much, I think I'm just going to go for it and try to win the game. Yeah, I think it might actually be the same videocast as the last one. I mean, of course, I could split it. The last one was long enough by its own right, that's true. But on the other hand, I feel like when it's the final video, it's just right that it's longer than the usual videos. And this might not actually even be longer. If I just am able to capture the enemy cities one by one right now in a row, then who knows, it might actually be a relatively short video, even when paired up with the last one. So we'll see how it goes, we'll see how many defenders there actually are for the enemy. But before anything else happens, let's create this army, see if it can reinforce it. Probably can't, I don't think the situation is implemented yet. And what the F? How did I... Alright, that was kinda strange. First things first, I never had this sound effect before, and apparently Hans do have a sound effect when they're moving. I never had it before, I really didn't. And also apparently this army is even more ghastly than mine is, because apparently I cannot actually attack it. Oh, no, never mind, there we go. And actually, yeah, there are quite a substantial amount of reinforcements going to come, take part in this combat as well. So I'm probably going to lose this fight. So maybe after all this videocast is actually going to be separate. I have no clue at this point. If it is separate, then it's kind of a shame, because I could have uploaded the last videocast yesterday and you would actually see a videocast. And now maybe, just maybe, I just wasted, I mean not wasted a bit of your time, but didn't provide you with the entertainment that you are probably hoping for. Which I know is not ideal, I know, my apologies. Either way, hold on, hang on a second, is this place unreachable from anywhere else on the battlefield? OMG, I feel like it is, and if that's the case, then it's overpowered as... Oh no, never mind, there is actually a passage over there. Alright, good. It's good, because otherwise I was really tempted into actually using this, what's it called, choke point, that's how it's called, to my advantage and just wipe out the enemy completely. Now, what I'm going to do is actually fairly simple but relatively devious plan. First things first, all my units, they are definitely going to hold their ground because I don't want them to move into random positions. From this point, my marines should be able to attack the enemy very, very easily for a major amount of damage. But what I can do is also attack the enemy with horns from a different side of the battlefield to distract the enemy and to additionally, what was I going to say? I don't remember. Right, to distract the enemy, that's basically the gist of it, and possibly do enough damage to actually weaken those people so that I can maybe, just maybe, win this fight. I don't think so, but I have a chance of dealing some fairly major damage. By the way, in case you're wondering why some of those Necrodrons have more health and some of them have less, the enemy still doesn't use equipment, that's just because those are level 3 and those are like level 2. Yeah, regulars have apparently 6 less HP than the elites. At least in the case of Necrodrons, it scales up differently depending on the unit and how much base HP a unit has. So anyway, my Titan, it is going to defend relatively well so far, at the very least. After all, it is built to be tanky, and even though it's a fairly meh unit that has nothing special going for it, it's still a tanky unit, so you should not neglect it. And also I'm kinda sad that I actually told those guys to walk forward, because they could have easily attacked this Necrodrone. They stand for fairly okay damage. So let's try to focus on this Necrodrone and see what I can get with it. As for you, dear archers, you stay put. I think they'll target the damage unit instead of targeting a full health unit, which would be okay. Although, now that I think about it, I should have targeted the full health unit. Do you wanna know why? Oh, it's very simple. That's because the half health unit would have blocked the entrance to the Titan, and actually, never mind. I was going to say something stupid, and I just realized that in this game right now, the amount of damage units take does not lower the amount of damage they can deal. So, never mind, I was going to be stupid. And my Hunts are going to die before any train landing comes in? Yes, they are! Thank you for being useless again. As usual, nothing different happens ever. Alright, now there is a minor problem with those guys, because unless those Necrodrons survive a first volley, those guys have nothing to do and they're basically wasting their shots. So I should move them to this tower over there, where they will be marginally more useful. And that's indeed what I'm going to try and do when it is actually my turn to do something, but it will take a little bit longer than that. Still, so far so okay. I'm dealing some damage to the enemy, it's okay. You move over there and stay put. And what's this noise? It sounds either like a bomber or like a lawnmower. It's probably the second one, but you never know, maybe somebody's trying to bomb me, because I'm too devious to live. Anyway, by moving my marines, I am finally capable of actually attacking those necrodrones on the opposite side of this little lake, which is good, some extra damage dealt. They'll still stay alive, annoyingly enough, and they'll probably kill my Titan. Yes, they did. But yeah, the necrodrones maybe, just maybe, will not be able to make it towards my marines on this particular turn. At least not while they're still alive. Yep, there we go, one is down. And don't tell me you did nothing this turn. You had the range to attack those necrodrones, why didn't you attack? It's mutiny, that's what it is. Those marines are just committing the act of filthy, horrible mutiny. And they are trying to make me lose the game. It's just like those other creatures in this other video that I once recorded that caused the chain landing to wipe out my entire army. I remember that. I think it was my hero as well, yeah. Anyway, the battle is a draw. I killed 4 necrodrones and lost 2 units. 1 marine is heavily damaged as well. All in all, considering the unit advantage that the enemy had, and the fact that those were necrodrones, I would say I came out of this on top. Sure, Titan takes a lot to construct. Sure, and the Titan were using advanced alloys. But, the way I see it, those 2 units are not worth as much as 4 necrodrones. So, I came up with, on top in this battle, I would say. And, more importantly, I broke the siege. Which is great, because it allows my units to actually go ahead and reinforce my other army. Thus, making it much more powerful and allowing me to wipe out any remaining resistance, which is great. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Now then, anything else I can do in this turn? Not exactly. You may be asking, hey Pancake, why are you still making mines? I mean, that's a fair point. If I truly wanted to end this videocast right now, and I mean this series right now, and win it, then what I should do, by all accounts, is fairly simply make more units in every city. Just focus on industry production and spam units, and I should be able, with my economy, to overwhelm the enemies and just do whatever I want to do with them and kill them fairly easily. And why did this turn not end? I don't know. Either way, that should happen, and I could make it happen. However, the reason why I don't really want to is, well, I want to pretend like it is not the end of the game, because it is a tutorial of sorts. It's more of a playthrough than a tutorial by this point, but I still want to teach you some little tricks. And if I were to continue playing, because for example I were not close to ending this the series right now, then I would certainly want to go for alloys, because alloys would in fact be very useful for me, especially with uncommon alloys about to be finished researching. Either way, a battle is underway, that's okay, I'm not going to bother with it right now, however. Capital, what do I want to do with you? That sounded almost poetic. I will make a rumbler or 2, they are cool looking and whatnot, and then I'll follow them up with something else, I guess. Which is, I know, very descriptive, but we will deal with that. Apparently I have units that have movement left, but I don't know which units those would be, because they didn't move after I told them to move, so I guess the game's lagged to me. This filthy lying game of a bit. Wait, what? Wow, I was almost about to cast, which is, just for the record, I never cast. I mean, it's an ever, in real life or on the internet. It's just not something I do, I prefer not to. And now I almost did, for no reason. Wow, why? I guess it kinda rhymed or something? I don't know, it's like there was this connection in my brain that almost made me do it. I'm glad I didn't, because it was really close, and I would be annoyed. I don't cast, so every time, you know, I get close to casting, it's like, why? But no, I stopped myself, thankfully. Why was I... It's very strange though, how I was about to cast right there. It's really kind of mind-blowing for me. Anyway, let's stop talking about that. Let's move my armies closer. The reason why I want to do this is because necrodrones have a fairly good initiative. They will possibly be able to fire on me before I fire on them. And by fire on me, I mean attack me. But regardless, in the case I have actually a better initiative, which is unlikely, but if I do, I want to be able to fire on them on the first turn. And I actually do have a better initiative. That's nice. That's really nice. Alright then. Let's think how I want to deal with that. Now, both of those units can only move 1 tile at a time, so let's make sure that those move to the appropriate tiles instead of moving in some weird random place. So, move forward, make sure that this area is blocked more or less. Yudir says, you're not in a perfect position. Hold your ground, try to kill those necrodrones. Those guys will suffer some heavy damage. In fact, you know what? No, just back away into a city tile for extra defense. And you guys, you are in a perfect position. I do not want you to move an inch because you can just attack the enemy from a distance and you're protected by a lake. It is perfect. Even if the Necrodrons do try to flank me from over there, it will take them at least 110 to get to me, and then within this 110 I will be able to destroy at least one stack. So I feel relatively safe with my current position. You guys turn back, you should be still able to attack, yes indeed they are. The enemy has high ground, so that's extra defense added to them, but still, because I have bows and those marines are pretty beastly, I should be relatively okay. And, oh! I still have marines over there, I didn't notice. I was clicking because I was like, didn't I have one more marine? But I didn't notice because he was on the same tile as this Justice Hero unit, so either way. Hounds taking some damage, not ideal, I'd rather have them not take any damage whatsoever, but hey, some things are unavoidable. And unfortunately, because they counterattacked, they do not have any action left this turn. And the annoying thing is, for them, is that when they counterattack, they don't actually have a chance of proccing the... Oh, you stupid bastards. Anyway, they don't have a chance of proccing their chain landing, which is not ideal. Which made me realize that maybe in hindsight, which is always 2020, I should have given them bonus initiative, because again, when they counterattack, they do not use the biggest strength, which is chain landing. So yeah, I guess I learned something too today. Try to equip your horns with as much initiative as possible, because you don't want them to counterattack, you want them to attack. As simple as that. Alright, then Titan is going to suicide into killing another Necrodron. Oh, never mind, this Titan actually had more life, never mind. I thought it doesn't. Either way, everybody just focus fire on this last Necrodron, and this will be a victory for me. A nice bloody opening to a day for me, I guess. It is going to be fairly painful to those poor Necrodrons, but I feel no remorse and no pity today. I feel only the... sorry, I'm trying to sound epic, but I cannot think of appropriate words to describe how evil I feel and whatnot. So, I guess I just feel today. I don't know what I feel, I just feel. Anyway, let's go ahead and wind up back north to save Arise with this army. I mean, why not? I might as well protect this area. And by the time my unit gets there, I'll probably be done with this area of the map, so I'll be able to wind back and kill the purple broken lots. And I'm still not sure if this video, guys, is actually going to be a separate video or the same video as the last one. I still don't know. It is all dependent on how well the enemy is defending their cities. So, no, you bastard! Stop! No! Well, I managed to turn them around a little bit. So it's good that there's no instant travel option, I guess, in this game. That's the one time I'm happy that it isn't there. But it's kinda suboptimal, you have to admit. Alright, let's continue moving forward. Winter is still not here, which is both good and bad. It's good because I can move further without the winter being actually here. But the bad side is that I do not gain extra alloys. Then again, I don't think I have mines created yet, so it's good that the winter isn't here yet. And by the way, I realized I didn't assign my hero after all. She now has full strength, but by assigning her here to this army, I can actually go ahead and siege the city on this particular turn and actually attack it. So, yeah, still, holy! That is a lot of undead! Note to self, keep my units as spread out as possible, otherwise there is no chance I can win this fight. Holy! Yeah, Brocolot certainly know how to defend their cities, there is no doubt about that. Wow, congrats Brocolots, I'm actually impressed. I didn't think they had what it takes to defend against this army of mine, but they certainly do. If this was a human player, I would certainly lose this fight and not capture the city, but I would also be afraid that I would lose the game because look at the amount of undead! It's ridiculous! If only they had any kind of supporting unit, this would be devastating. And in fact, I think that in such big numbers, maybe, just maybe, ended are good enough on their own. I mean, sure, they lack the meat, they are very slow as well. But maybe in such numbers it doesn't matter. Maybe they will be able to overrun everything. But they're relatively costly. No, this army does need some kind of support unit. Either, you know what I'll lack for this army? Actually, no. I was thinking about suggesting Striders, because Striders plus Hounds. Striders can kill units significantly, but also stun them. And I'm afraid that with stunning Hounds, this would make them, you know, kinda going to a traffic jam scenario because they only move one tail at a time. So no, Striders would be a bad choice. So what else would be decent? Well, those are Brokelots, so they could use Dust Bishops, and this would work perfectly. Dust Bishops would keep killing the Hounds, and the Hounds would just massacre the enemy units. That said, in honesty, right now in the current balance, Dust Bishops, spamming Dust Bishops would probably just be better than spamming Hounds. But Hounds are amazing looking, and they have a really cute ability. Anyway, let's stop talking, let's start deploying my army. So, my hero, I hope she survives. I mean, I still think this guy is transgender because I keep mistaking him for her. Anyway, how do I set up my units? Well, I said you would try to back away. That is going to happen, so all units go onto this hill tile, more or less. Try to back away. This is what I'll try to do, and I'll try to make sure that my units survive for as long as possible. So I know that I'm currently in the range for chain lightning, but I'll most likely have better initiative, so I'll be able to back away before the enemy does anything to me. So let's ready the battle and see. Yeah, I have for the most part better initiative than the enemy, so I can safely back away. And I forgot to hold my ground. So now I have to go for each individual unit and tell it to hold its ground because I am a dummy. I'm a first class world championship dummy. Good job, Pancake, good job. Anyway, right now the enemy will take a while to actually get to me, so I can safely back away without wondering, without thinking about even splitting my forces. But then again, you know what? You move over this style, because if I were to move this guy there, then this guy would move here, and possibly he will not be targeted by my archers, and then he will be able to get a chain lightning successfully off, and I don't want this to be the case. And this guy I want to move to the high ground, but since it is now occupied by my own units, I cannot do so, so he'll simply have to stay there. My hero will stay where she is. Those tiles, I don't think they are connected. I think this cliff does prevent them from being connected, so it's okay. But just in case, I do want to move those Marines slightly to the back so that they are not connecting with anything, and you also go to the back again. Yeah, let's see how this battle deployment sets up. I am worried because if I let the enemy hit more than one unit at a time, I'm dead. I mean, look at the amount of hordes there are. So I really need to be careful about how I play this out, and in fact I need to take a sip of tea. It's actually a green tea, so I think it's fitting the situation. So give me a second. I'll be honest, I usually am a huge fan of black tea. And the stronger the tea is, the better. I like it when... what I tend to say is that if a tea drips and then... Oh, come on, it actually did connect. Anyway, what I like to say is that if my tea... What? He wasn't holding ground, apparently. What the... What the... You've got hold ground... I have hold ground selected. What are you doing? You're not supposed to walk forward. You bastards! No! It's mutiny! I told him to hold ground, you've seen it! I told him to hold ground, it's the act of mutiny right there! What are they doing? They are... AI is... It is a conspiration, it is... just outright treachery. I will not stand for this. Come on, game! I told him to hold your ground! This guy holds his ground. Yeah, thank you, dude. Now horrible things are going to happen. Look at this! Look at this! Those guys committed suicide! That's what happened! Holy... I don't know what to say. Did I miss some kind of vital game update when there is a random chance that your units will start disobeying you when you have low Empire-wide approval? If that's the case, then A, it's an amazing feature and I like it, but B, somebody could have told me about it! Come on, look at this! My army's gone because I didn't listen to my orders! Oh, you know what? Those were the evil times when this is exactly what would happen because he couldn't tell you guys what to do instantly and expect them to carry out your orders perfectly. Yeah, I feel those medieval commanders. I feel the pain right now. Through the ages, I know how they felt when my battle went wrong just because their troops were retarded. Come on! Well, now I certainly know that the last video cast is... Well, actually, I'm not too sure about what is going to happen now, because this videocast, it might not be the last of the series, because of what happened here. My army got decimated within a second, because it didn't listen to what I told it to do. It's ridiculous. It's outright ridiculous. You walk over there. You attack. If you get one shot off and attack all of those hunts, which this guy should be able to do, then cool, I'll do some major damage. That the enemy will have to spend a lot of dust on to fix. Seriously though, you have hold your ground. Why did you move? For crying out loud, that's not how hold your ground works. Not at all. Nope. Not the DVI. Anyway, you actually move over there. You move over there. You move over there. Why not? Go ahead, attack. Might as well, right? Seriously, what happened there? I mean, if there is a mutiny system in the game, then that is all. Oh, what did I do? I broke the chain link. So now, even though it's all good and dandy, this hunt is not going to get a chain lightning off, and he will not be able to attack and damage bajillion units at once. That was my mistake. Okay, I can deal with this. It was a bit of my not thinking well enough in action. Fine, it's okay. I actually cannot hear anything because I knocked my headset off. Hold on. And it plugged again. Alright, I can hear things again. Wow. Anyway, I'm fine with mistakes made by me, but I'm not fine again when the game actually does its own thing, completely ignoring my orders. That is not cool. Wow, I cannot believe this actually happened. Because, you know what? I think I would have had this game. I mean, with this battle rather. In this game in general as well. Because those memories I have, they are beastly, and paired up with my hero, I think wait, why are they not attacking? Why the F did my hero and my marine not attack? And why did this marine move randomly to this town? Can somebody oh, okay, now is the time when I want explanation. What is happening there? Seriously, what is happening there? Because my units are not doing either what they are supposed to. They are not attacking and they are moving where they're not supposed to. What is going on? Why is it so weird? Also, did this hunt do anything this turn? I don't think he did. I think he just sat there doing absolutely nothing whatsoever. Still, this is so weird, disturbing, kind of disgusting if I have to say. I mean, for crying out loud, guys! You have hold your ground, yes, but you can attack! Right now! You have the opportunity to do so. So for crying out loud, do so! Instead of not doing anything in your turn. And you stop moving around like a bastard! You have... That's what you're supposed to do when you have attack button. When you hold your ground, you're supposed to stand there. Then nobody trained those units, they're veterans, you would think that they know what they're doing. Apparently not though. Apparently they're absolutely completely and utterly brain dead. Woohoo! Yay for my units and for them being so stupid that it's actually, you know, mind-boggling how stupid they can be. Alright. Since I cannot trust my units to possibly hold their ground, I'll tell them to attack this unit. Now the reason why I want to do this, or in fact I want to attack this unit. Well, the reason why I'm doing this is very simple. I want one of my hunts at the very least to get the chain lining off. And if they can, then I'll be able to deal very major damage to all the enemy hunts, which is something I want to happen. And this will be kinda redeeming-ish. Not redeeming enough though, mind you, certainly not redeeming enough. So, my units, yeah, they're moving in weird places because, hey, no matter what happened, they wouldn't be able to do anything useful and anything I wanted them to do because they are too stupid for that. They cannot obey any orders. Now, if this guy actually kills them all with a critical strike, then I'll be mad, but no, they didn't. Good. Chain lightning, please! If it doesn't work, then I'll be annoyed. But no, it did work. Very nice damage to everybody. I like it. I did break my link, unfortunately, so I didn't get a second chain lightning. But look at this! Even with the damage I have taken through the mutiny of my own units, this battle is surprisingly even still. So I think it's very safe to say I would have easily won it had my units not disobeyed me. I would have won it, no doubt about this. This would have been the end game. And in fact, just because of this thing, I'll continue recording for as long as it takes. And I will seek out blood and I'll spill the blood of my enemies. I don't care they are broken lots and they have no blood inside of them. I'll spill it regardless. I will in fact spill the blood of my own units, fill the empty armors of my enemies with this blood, and then I'll spill this blood just because I want to. This will be the act of final revenge, and oh, trust me, when it comes to revenge, I am a very vengeful person, and I will take what I want and what I deserve. Look at this! Those units were not supposed to die, and those units, they were all supposed to die. No doubt about that. Still, the enemy has a lot of armies, so I'll show myself out now. I cannot, I have no more movement point. Great, so if the enemy attacks, I'll probably lose now, because there isn't much else I can do. I couldn't assign a hero. I attempted to do so because I need my hero to stay alive. I couldn't assign a hero for 5 more turns, that's brilliant. Alright, and in this case, you know what I'm actually going to do? I'll wait until I get uncommon allies. I need them, but will I need even more? So now is actually to play like a Bronco Lords would. Alright, first things first, I do need uncommon allies in 2 turns, so let's see what I can do to get them. Alright, so that's how much dust I can get in a single turn at the most. Alright, that's fairly good enough. Fairly good enough, yeah. Do I dare actually sell some stuff on this marketplace? No, I mean, look at the prices. It's completely not worth it at all, not in the slightest. I mean, I would gain nothing from selling my resources. And instead, I could use them, which would be not bad. I mean, wait, no, a second. I mean, those are emeralds. I have no use for them whatsoever. I could sell them. I might as well. For barely any death, but I would at least sell them. I can use my dice, and you know, I will. Because firstly, I get extra prestige. Secondly, I get extra happiness. I do need this happiness, as it turns out. Now, as for emeralds, I get to sell all my emeralds happily, because there's no use of all of them. So, can I really not tap it in here, or hold control, or something? No. So I guess I will just have to tap really quickly. Alright. Professional tapping. Oh, yeah, let's go to 146. Yeah, there we go. I'm tapping. Oh, yeah. My finger starts to head now, but I will not stop. Yeah, let's get double finger action. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm taking it. That probably sounds really weird. I just realized. I should probably stop. But I'm almost there. 146. Oh, there we go. Over this for 188 dust, which is pathetic. But hey, I'm seeing some emeralds. I could have increased the amount of dust I would gain by buying some emeralds beforehand, but it's a really cheap way of doing things, so I would rather not do it. Even though, after this act of mutiny, I kinda deserve to cheat the way I see it. But no. I'll win this legitimately even if my enemy cheats. That's what I like to do. I hate cheating in real life and in games, and I never do it. I mean, I used to cheat very long time ago when I was very young in RTS, only against AI. I wasn't playing online at the time. Don't worry. And I stopped very quickly because it was boring. So either way, yeah, you just walk on rumblers. I can speed this up, but no. Hunts. I probably do want those guys to have better initiative, especially against the enemy hunts. So, actually, they already have increased initiative. Ah, okay then. That's unexpected. Alright then, I could get rid of this armor, but it's actually working fairly well on those hunts, so let's not change anything at this point in time. Sorry for that. Alright then, what else can I do? Radauta, it finished its construction of whatever it was constructing. Alright then. Okay. Deep generator, not exactly what I want over there. Deep generator is something I want in all capital because it would give me more production, but it already has deep generator. So Radauta, do you need deep generator? Are there other cities that still don't have it? You certainly have deep generator, I'm not retarded. This city also has deep generator, how about this city? It does not. So let's get it, let's actually buy it out as well. Because it will increase my fits incoming general by a ton, and I do need it. So that's a lot of my dust gone, but it was spent on a good cause. You also work on a deep generator because it's very useful and amazing no matter how I look at it. Work harder on it as well so you can get it as soon as possible. What else can I do? Well, I am working on those mines. I need to get them up and running ASAP. In fact, if I can buy any of them out, I will, but I cannot because I just spent all my dust. Fair enough, it's okay. As soon as I get uncommon alloys though, I'll gladly stop caring about research and I'll go full on into dust just because I want to be able to buy out units in odd capital as quickly as possible. Because I now hold no regards. I want to kill the enemies. And oh, there we go. New quest. That's very nice. Apparently I made 2 mines. I didn't even notice that. Anyway, what I get in return? I get a deep diviner, which is very nice. It gives you extra initiative, but look at how much that item costs. I'm not a very big fan of this item. It looks cool. Yes, it does. I'm not going to lie about that. But, you know, for 50 titanium, I have better things to get. Anyway, next thing I can get is winter shatters, which is nice. Don't get me wrong, because It's something you could get before winter. That said, I actually don't remember if it works now or not. I honestly don't remember. It has been a while since I played as the Walrus. Does it work or does it not? Well, it says no effect, but this... I do not trust those pop-ups because they're usually not updated, so the winter shelters themselves may be updated. I don't remember, I honestly do not. Either way, let's go ahead and try to fulfill our next objective. So... Oh, really? Really, you're trying to fight me? Auto, I will not take any damage, no problem about that. Alright, so as you can see... you have to build that, yeah, and now our new installations have drawn the attention of roving armies. They are unlucky to leave us in peace, so it will be war. It doesn't specify exactly what you're supposed to do, but yeah, it actually does when you hover over it. You have to defeat all roving armies. Not a very difficult quest to fulfill, especially if you have armies nearby as well. Which, as it turns out, I actually do. Alright, first things first, kill this guy because he is lowering the fits income of imps, which is not something I'm a very big fan of. You! Run! Effing run! You have no chance of surviving against those ended now, because, quite frankly, that was an active mutiny, so you kinda deserve to die, but still, I still don't want you to be there. Alright then. Asterisk, now that after this horrible act of treachery I've experienced, I no longer care about having the city, you know, leaving the city for the enemy to take, so by all means, yeah, I will try to make good use of it. It doesn't even have seed storage? What? In 8 turns it will lose its population, so I need to get siege started. I can actually buy it out, so I will do just that. Just to get this out of the way. And what do I do next? Well, that's a fairly easily answered question. I'll work on the Rumblers, because they're tanky, they can deal this amount of damage. Let's get them. Alright, so there is that. Anything else, anything else, anything else. I'm working hard. Huh. How do I deal with this video? If I were to finish this game, it would take me a long time, I feel. It's already over 30 minutes long. And that is not including the last video. That's a peculiar situation I'm in right now. Huh. And, ow. Draw? I wouldn't say that's a draw. I mean, I had no units that were fighting right there. So I guess the enemy finally decided to besiege and capture my city, and oh wow. Oh wow, did I just lose 2 cities? Old capital is gone, Verais is gone, yeah! Okay, I think I can end there, happily, because it turns out the series is not over because... I am still quite far away from winning it. The enemy is putting up a fight, a valiant fight. So I will need to start actually, you know, trying again. Which is, I know, crazy, but that's exactly what I will need to do. Cool! Yeah, I'm happy. Ladies and gentlemen, I was PANCZASU, also known as the Mighty Mix Spam, and thank you very much for watching. How do I upload this video, guys? Do I attach the previous one to this one? I mean... You deserve it, because of the fact that I didn't upload the video, guys, before this. You deserve this one to be long. Yeah, I think you do. And the last one was relatively short-ish, not as amazing as it was as this extension I recorded now. Yeah, I'll upload a super long video, so I guess in total it will be like 50 minutes or something. You'll like it. You told me that you like it in the past, so I'll believe you. Ha! This is awesome. I look at this map and I smile. Oh yeah, finally some challenge. I was waiting for it. And I can actually show how much of a beast I can be when I'm actually presented with a challenge and I stop giving the enemy opportunities to strike. Now it is my time to strike. Stay tuned for the next video, guys, which maybe will be the final one, maybe not. Nobody knows now. And I love it. Thank you for watching and I'll see you online.